What we have discovered, and here you need to wrap your mind around this, okay? We have a cardiovascular system, we have an immune system, we have a nervous system. And in the same way that we have systems like this in the body, what we have discovered in a very objective way is that the body has a repair system. The body has a health system. There is something in your body whose function is to keep you healthy as you age. Once we discover this, there's no better strategy to maintain health than to support this natural function of the body. It is so much cheaper, so much easier to keep your health when you have it. I wish I had a creative mind. You know, I admire painters and musicians. I'm not born that way. I'm just born with a very pragmatic, rational mind. Well, I just remember the first day of school. So I'm 13 years old, 12 years old. The first day of school, and my question to my 6th grade teacher was, how does the brain work? And obviously he couldn't give me an answer, but already then, you know, I wanted to study the brain. So what led me to stem cell research is quite simply, a colleague of mine sent me an article, and the title of the article was Turning Blood into Brain. It was the study on leukemia, in which scientists use mice. So they irradiated female mice as a treatment for leukemia, and then did a bone marrow transplant with male stem cells. So the idea was that because the male stem cells have the Y chromosome, you can follow the reconstitution of the blood in the bone marrow. And a few weeks later, they found a neuron in the brain that had the Y chromosome, meaning that it came from the stem cells. At a time when stem cells are known just to be blood precursors, they make red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So now we have a report that a stem cell could go into the brain and become a brain cell. So it led me to look a little bit more in the scientific literature, and then we found similar reports of stem cells that could become heart cells and liver cells. So what we then started to think was, okay, if stem cells can become liver, brain, and the heart, why not the pancreas and the skin and the lung and the muscles and other things? It would be much more bizarre if stem cells can become brain, heart, and liver and not the rest. So we published an article in a journal called Medical Hypotheses, in which we proposed that stem cells actually constitute the natural repair system of the body. In the back of my mind, the idea was, if really stem cells are the repair system of the body, and you have a plant that can trigger the release of stem cells, that means these stem cells will go and repair what's broken. So they go to the heart of the heart patient, the liver of the pancreas of the diabetic, the brain of the Alzheimer's patients, and that's what we had. We had people reporting benefits touching so many different aspects of human health. So we went in the lab and we tested that plant, and we found that that's what it did. It triggered stem cell release from the bone marrow. So it took me from brain research, and all my interest shifted into this sort of new discovery, these new observations. Stem cells was really, to me, the future of medicine. So that's how it all started. When we understand that stem cells constitute the repair system of the body, so we think that it's going to repair, so meaning we use it only when something is broken. So there's something else that is emerging here in all this science of stem cells that, to me, is absolutely the most fundamental piece of information that we need to have as a society, is to understand that stem cells, yes, they do repair, but every day of our lives, we lose cells. It's just a natural process of life. If you want any organs and tissue to work normally, you need to replace the cells that are being lost. And that's the role of stem cells in the body. And the key piece of information here is that by age 15, we have lost about roughly like 80% of the stem cells that you're born with. When you cross age 30, you're left with about 4 or 5% of the stem cells that you're born with. And this is simply caused by the fact that as we age, the red marrow that makes stem cells transforms into yellow marrow or fatty marrow. It's a very, very normal physiological process. But the key message here is that as we age, the number of stem cells declines drastically. So all of us, when we cross age 30, we all realize that we don't seem to repair as well as we used to. A little injury here and there, that we don't recover like we used to. It's because we don't have as many stem cells to participate in that process of tissue repair. But in the background, Every day of our life, we lose cells. There's a point as we age where we lose that balance. We don't have enough stem cells in the blood to compensate for cellular loss. That's when the problem, those so-called age-related health problems, that's when they start. You will experience them 10 to 20 years down the road, but they have started at that point. If right then we can start to put more stem cells in circulation every day, and which is what Stemregen does, then you give that edge to the body to be able to fully repair, microscopic repair, but to do this every day so that you can really age with your quality of life and enjoy your aging.